What is going on, guys? We are back with the first episode of Sunday Soccer in quite a while. There is a good reason, obviously. The heart attack has kind of, pushed my stuff back a lot of it, like regards to matches and even like the Belgian vlogs as well. There's none of them because of it. But I have got to do a lot of other vlogs, like the daily vlogs. You haven't seen any of them. All are on my channel. But enough of that. Today we're doing the first edition of the Sunday Soccer of the new European season. We have lots to talk about. I'm going to be talking about the Aguero incident, a bit of Danish League, Sire, and I've just watched the incredible 4-0 smashing of Arsenal, and that'll be a big talking point as well. Really only one place to start. That is at Anfield, where Liverpool won 4-0 against Arsenal. Liverpool were good, yes, but Arsenal, I thought Arsenal made them look. Arsenal were terrible. My God, it enrages me how bad they were. This is me wearing Chelsea top. Love the boys, but come on, Jesus Christ. Oh, so Sanchez, I can't believe I'm saying that about Sanchez. Every single one of those Arsenal players is a bloody disgrace. Honest to God, how can you do that? As a footballer, fans like myself, Arsenal fans that were there today, they don't give up their day because obviously they want to go see their team play. But they take days off, they pay £30, £50, whatever they pay for a ticket, travel, bus fare, to watch that kind of performance. As a football fan myself, I want to go to games expecting my teams to, put up a fight, as in, give it a go. As in, it would have been okay if Liverpool just blew Arsenal out of the waters and everyone was like, oh my God, Liverpool are bloody fucking class. They're the best team since sliced bread, the best team in the world, best thing since sliced bread. But no. Main talking point is Arsenal shit. That midfield, my God. There was a moment the Sky Sports highlighted. Aaron Ramsey was, like me, being a bit rude to you. Say if I start talking like this, away from the camera. You probably can't hear that very well. And Aaron Ramsey did the exact same thing in the build-up to Liverpool's first goal. Didn't really give a shit. Turned around, started yapping to one of his teammates. And it was too late. By the time he got to the edge of the box, Firmino was already celebrating his goal with the rest of the Liverpool teammates. Really, really disgraceful. As in, I'm going to take him out to the Chelsea-Burnley game. Chelsea was just terrible in that. Let's be honest. As in, they were honest to God awful. But they picked it up in the second half and got 2 goals. Arsenal were terrible all over there. It was so sad to see. As in, at this stage it's getting beyond me. As in, Wenger says he loves Arsenal Football Club. He's been there 20 plus years now at this stage. If he really loved Arsenal Football Club, he would leave. As in, they're just doing so bad with him in charge. As in, obviously the players are to blame as well. As in, these players, some of them are world champions. I'm pretty sure some of them are European champions as well. Ozil won a World Cup in 2014. And he's meant to be one of the best players in the world. People say he wasn't on the pitch today. Yes, he was on the pitch, but all he was doing was giving the ball away. As in, for someone who's meant to be amazing, you cannot do that. And I tweeted today, this is just before the game, Sanchez starting, Liverpool are going to win. So Arsenal are going to win. Boy, was I wrong. Sanchez did nothing today. Absolutely nothing. I think he's getting tired of it. And he's just a player that I always say that if he's in the team, Arsenal have a chance. He looked like a ghost today. It's so sad to see. My God. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be devastated. If Chelsea, Bows, Ireland play like that, I'd be pissed. I'd be demanding my money back. As in, it's an absolute disgrace of a performance that you see there. As in, it's not right. All football fans don't deserve to be treated like that. Liverpool. We have to talk about Liverpool now. As in, obviously Arsenal were terrible. I'd give them a 0 out of 10. They don't even deserve a mark. Maybe a minus mark would do them. We do have to talk about how good Liverpool were. Mohamed Salah, former Blue. Roberto Firmino and Mane, that front three is unbelievable. Especially Firmino because he scored a goal and he got fantasy points, which is pretty awesome. You know what? Speaking of fantasy, if you haven't already joined the league, I will leave the code to the league in the description for you guys so you can join up. But Liverpool's front three were class. Even Henderson played quite well today, which I don't really rate the guy, but he had a couple of chances and played quite well. Liverpool's the only thing I wouldn't say was good about Liverpool, Loris Karius. 3 times in the game he nearly messed up. But luckily Liverpool were better than Arsenal. Arsenal were too shit and couldn't capitalise whatsoever. So we were lucky by that. But Salah and Firmino and Mane, the pace down those wings and through the middle. It's just unbelievable. It's so pacey, it's so tack. Jack is so poignant. It's beautiful to watch at times. Even today I was sitting there going like, fucking hell, the pace on that is unbelievable. As in, you wouldn't think, Firmino wasn't an out and out striker, but he just got in there with the goal. A nice header. Salah smashing it up as well. Mane's goal was beautiful. As in, I think it was, I can't remember who passed the ball to him. When Mane had the ball, he was kind of just waiting there on the ball, no one closing him down, and I guarantee you thought, what the hell's going on here? No one's closing me down. Sadio Mane, one of the fastest players in the Premier League. So he cuts inside and just curls around penalty check. As an Arsenal need to just close the man down. I coach my under 9s, as I brought up a few times, and if I see them giving a player that much space, I'm like, go press him down, go press him down, go press him down. I hate seeing that. It's so stupid, and at the top level as well. Like someone like Sadio Mane coming at you like that, with the pace he has and the skill he has, it's just absolutely stupid. Enough for that now. Obviously, there was more than. Oh my god, I've been talking for like 5 minutes about that. Jesus Christ. There was more Premier League action, obviously. Man City Bournemouth. It's not the game I want to talk about. I want to talk about when Raheem Sterling ran into the crowd and celebrated. Personally, for me, there's no problem with that. And if a player wants to go in and celebrate with the fans, let the player celebrate with fans. Jesus Christ. They say the game is nothing without fans, but then you give a player a yellow card for going to celebrate with them. Jesus, cop on. As in, he's not really doing anything harmful. And you saw Aguero. Shout out to fucking Sergio Aguero, man. You're not watching this, obviously, but shout out to you, my friend. As in, trying to help out the Man City fan that's being absolutely dumb tackled to the ground. I'm pretty sure he's probably broken a few ribs because the way those stewards were handling him. And my God, he jumped onto a football pitch. Jesus Christ. And they were treating like he killed someone. My God, I jumped onto the pitch away to Finn Harps, and I was able to just hop back on. What's the problem with celebrating with the players? As in, if the players come over to you to celebrate, just let the fans do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Game-wise, I thought Bournemouth played quite well. I thought they were unlucky not to get something out of the game. But I thought that Sterling goal was class. Obviously, the Charlie Daniels goal was spectacular. Goal of the season already. Competition closed, signed, and sealed. But Sterling's goal was really nice. I don't know if he meant it, but look, he kind of stripped it over everyone into the bottom corner. And nothing they could really do about it. Bournemouth, after that game, maybe there's a little life in them left. Because I thought after their first 2 games, they were a wee bit dodgy and looked a little slow. But now, after that game, after that decent performance against Manchester City, maybe things are going to start looking up for Bournemouth this season. Because there's definitely teams worse in the league than them. Brighton don't look too good at the moment. West Ham look diabolical. And Palace look terrible under De Boer. I had a lot of hope for Palace under Frank De Boer. I'm pretty sure I said somewhere, maybe it was on the podcast I did with Odrin, that I thought the Palace were going to do really well this season. It looks like I'm quite wrong at the moment. A 3-0 loss to Huddersfield, a 2-0 loss to Swansea, and a 1-0 loss to Liverpool, which they didn't play too bad in, but they still lost the game. And now it's, 7 goals conceded? 6 goals conceded in 3 games. Not looking the best start for Frank De Boer. I'm not going to talk about the Chelsea game. I'll do that in the Chelsea chat, which I haven't done in ages as well. So that's it for the Premier League. And now we're going to go on to a bit more continental football. Going continental now, me personally, there's only one place to start. We're going to start with the boot country. That is Italia. Bit of calcio, Serie A. Decent day yesterday. A lot of the football hasn't kicked off in Serie A at the time of recording, so none of it will be talked about. But we do have 2 games to talk about, 2 brilliant games. Roma and Inter, and Genoa and Juve. Genoa-Juve was on first. If you're wondering what noise that is, it's my dog, if you can see him in the background. There he is, right there. That's what the noise is. Genoa-Juve. Genoa were 2-0 up at one stage, and the Dybala hat-trick turned the game on its head. And I specifically said plenty of times that I did dislike Juve completely, but to turn around a 2-goal deficit, damn, that team has some stellar shit going on right there. As in, Genoa's a tough place to go sometimes. And 2-0 down, I was thinking, oh yes, you were going to lose. And then they bloody go ahead and turn it around 4-2. Incredible stuff. Haven't really seen any highlights from it, to be honest, but I know Dybala got a hat-trick, turn around 2-0, and it was a great result for Juve. Now to the game I did see, Inter-Roma. Under Luciano Spalletti, Inter are looking like a different team altogether. They were 1-0 down the first half. Luciano Spalletti made some changes, and one of the most important changes of them all, João Mario, number 10 for Inter, who's played phenomenal this season. He played class against Fiorentina, and it changed the game against Roma completely. He added a bit of a spark, a bit of light into the team. Icardi got 2, and one of Inter's new signs, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, completely changed the game on his head. Oh, Inter played so good. My mouth is watering. Sire is back, because I've loved Sire since about 2011-12 season, I think. Maybe it's not right. Yeah, that is right. The last time Milan won the title, Ibrahimovic played for them. That's the last time. That's when I kind of started liking Serie A football. And it's starting to get a bit more world recognition. With Milan spending loads in the summer, Luciano's doing bits with Inter, 6 goals, 1 goal conceded, and against 2 tough opponents as well, Fiorentina and Roma. It's really, really looking good for Inter at the moment. But Milan play tonight, and it looks like it could be a 3-horse race for the league title, because if I'm not wrong, both teams had a goal difference of 3 after last weekend's games. AC Milan on top on alphabetical order. It'll be great to see what happens tonight, because that could go a long way. Oh, that Luciano Spalletti Inter side looks bloody fantastic, and I can't wait to see more of them this season. Next up, we're heading a bit more north to the Danish Super League. Brøndby, who I've seen play twice in 2015, won 2-0 today. Again, didn't even write down who they won 2-0 against. Shows you what I know about Danish Super League. But they won 2-0, and as it stands at the moment, Northern, who are top of the league at the moment, who have won with 18 points, who I think have won 6 and lost 1, are beating current champions FC Copenhagen, who were knocked out of the Champions League last week, the week just gone, against 5-time Azerbaijani champions Karabakh. It was 2-1 to Copenhagen on the night, but Karabakh won on away goals, 2-2 on aggregate. And Copenhagen right now are currently outside the championship playoff spot. It's like the top 7, top 6, getting to the top championship playoff spot in the Danish league. It's like when the Scottish league splits in half between championship and relegation later on in the year. But yeah, good 2-0 win for Brøndby. They lost 2-0 last week, but back on the mark again. Brøndby aren't in Europe actually. They were knocked out in the previous Europa League round. They lost to Hajduk Split, who Everton conquered during the weekend, getting to the Europa League group stages. But all things looking well for Brøndby. They're up to 3rd with Nordsjælland in 1st. Nordsjælland actually lost last week 4-3 to God, who was it again? I'm trying to think. I have them in my head, but I just can't think of their names. Christ almighty. They were red. Right, Midtjylland. There we go. They lost 4-3 to They lost 4-3 to Midtjylland. So that was a pretty good game as well. I saw a couple of highlights of that. I will see highlights of the Brøndby game later on, because they always post highlights on the YouTube channel. Actually, you know what? If you want to check out some Danish Super League, go to the Brøndby YouTube channel. Always show highlights. Last bit of news before we go on to another part of the show. PSG beat Saint Etienne 3-0 on Friday night. Neymar showing off why they paid so much money for him. I gotta be honest though, a lot of the flicks and tricks he's pulling off, I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple of years ago in the Copa del Rey final, remember when I think Barca were 3 or 4-0 up, and he rainbow flicked the Atletico Bilbao man, and everyone went ape shit saying, oh, that's a disgrace, it's so disrespectful. He was doing it all the time in the game against Saint Etienne, and no one really batted an eyelid. Maybe it's because they want to make him feel welcome, and maybe it's because, like, oh, it's Neymar, we don't want to piss him off this early, because we want him here for a long time. I want you guys to comment down below. Should have Neymar moved to PSG? In my opinion, I don't think he should. Because, yes, you could say, he wanted to move out of Messi's shadow. But he'll be developed into an even better player than he already is in the La Liga. Because when you look at in France, I think there's more teams that could possibly fight it out in the lower regions, but I think teams in La Liga are better sides. Like you look at like Villarreal, Real Sociedad on the day, Bilbao. Bilbao smashed Barca in the Supercopa last year. You have Real Madrid, you have Valencia at times, even though they're in a dog shit pile at the moment. And of course you have Atletico Madrid, and then you have the derby game against RCD Espanyol against Barcelona. So yes, I think La Liga is more competitive than Liga 1. Most people in the world probably think that's the case. But I want you guys to leave down below comments, what is Neymar doing? Should he have stayed at Barcelona, or was it right to make the move to PSG? One more thing I do want to talk about in France. Amiens 3, Nice 0. My question is, what the hell is going on with Nice? This season, right? They've lost 3 games. 2-1 to Troyes. They lost to Strasbourg as well. And they also lost to Amiens 3-0, who were promoted. All promoted teams. And they managed to beat Guingamp 2-0. So they're on 3 points at the moment. It's not looking too good for them at the moment. I expected a lot from Nice this season after a fantastic performance last season. Played really well, finished third. I finished third quite comfortably. I think it was like 2 or 3 months before the end of the season as well. So I'll show you how well they play. They're also out of the Champions League. Lost 4-0 in aggregate to Napoli, which is really disappointing. I thought they'd give them more of a go. I personally wanted Napoli in the Champions League, but I thought Nice would give it more of a go instead of being absolutely pulverised. If any of you guys watch League 1 football, I want you guys to comment down below about this as well. What's going on at Nice? Are performing to their best statures at the moment? Is it something to do with Lucien Favre? Or is it, lying deeper in the squad? Or is it just they're not up to that second season, keeping up at the pace at the top of the table? I want you guys to leave your comments down below and your opinions on all things we discussed in this part of the show. Nice, PSG, Aguero, Brøndby, and Sire. It was a cup weekend here in Ireland. Obviously, we have to talk about the League of Ireland because it's the greatest league in the world. No, there was only one cup shock that I can remember. Bluebell knocked out Cabinteely at Cabinteely's home ground. Cabinteely weren't at home. Bluebell were at home, but they just played it there for some reason. I don't know. Shamrock Rovers knocked out Shells at Tolka. Probably the biggest attendance Shells have had in quite some time because a lot of the fans are boycotting. Fourth of boycott, by the way. Dundalk just edged out Crumlin 2-1 in Crumlin. Fair play to Crumlin battling for so long, as in they did lose the lead just before half time, but they were in the game for so long as well. They have to give Crumlin a lot of credit. Cork smashed away past Athlone 7-0, unsurprisingly, last year's winners. And then obviously we have to talk about the other games as well. Galway beat Pats, Limerick beat Finn Harps, and there's a couple of other games I'm missing there, but that is the gist of the results. If you guys were any of the games, comment down below, we can discuss them. But I was hoping for a bit more of a contest in that Shamrock Rovers game. Finished 3 at the Shamrock Rovers. I shouldn't be surprised, really. Shells have been so up and down this season. As in, there was one stage in the season when they were on a 5-game winning streak, and then they lost to Wexford. Fucking Wexford, I think they are the second worst team in Ireland at the moment because Athlone somehow have fallen below them. Cork. Speaking of Athlone, Cork's absolutely tore them apart 7-0. Haven't seen highlights of any of the games yet because they don't show them until Monday. Thanks RTE. Thanks Air for doing absolutely nothing. Actually, you know what? RTE deserve a bit of credit for this because after my consistent in these videos and all my other social media platforms, they finally decided to move Soccer Republic to 7 o'clock on a Monday. So I don't think they deserve a round of applause, but let's give one of my Spanish teachers pixie claps. There we go. Well done to you guys. That was probably the biggest upset, as obviously with Bluebell Cabinteely. It'll be really exciting to see Bluebell get in the next round. I'm hoping it'll be a Dundalk or a Shamrock Rovers to really up the ante, because if they could knock one of them out, it'll be one of the biggest cup shocks in my time. Guys, there is one more thing I want to talk about before we wrap up, but that was the cup fixtures for the weekend. The Champions League is back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the group stages did. The qualifiers has been going on since July. And I've got the group stages here. Group A, Benfica, Man United, Basel, and CSKA Moscow. And I think I'm going to do a little preview for each group right here. So, who's gonna go through? I'm going to go for Man United and Basel. Because Basel seem to just surprise everyone all the time. But don't write off Benfica at all. I think it'll be between those three. I don't think CSKA will have enough. I'm going to go for United and Basel. My some predictions I have for this group. United will lose in Basel because English teams don't seem to win in Switzerland, except for when Chelsea won there in the Europa League semi-finals. David Luiz won the goal. Thank you very much. So that's what I've gone to start there. CSKA will finish bottom, and I think Benfica will get that Europa League spot. I think United will finish top. It won't be comfortable top, but they will just get there in the end. I think they should win all those games at home, but then when it comes to the away games, you just never know in European football. Anything can literally happen. And this group really excites me. Bayern Munchen, Paris Saint-Germain, Anderlecht, and Glasgow bloody Celtic. I'm hoping to go to that Celtic Bayern game at Glasgow Park. I'm waiting on a confirmation from Nate Podrick, but if I do, depends if I'm in the Green Brigade or not. There will be a vlog or not a vlog. I'm not sure yet. Bayern, PSG, Celtic, Anderlecht. Bayern, PSG, both games will be bloody fantastic. Won't get to see any of them because unless we're playing Chelsea playing Karabakh on the same night away, because we've been drawn in the kind of same category of the ABCD. But Bayern, PSG, Bayern, both be fantastic games. I expect Bayern to come out on top in both of them, but you never know. That Neymar thing can just, it's kind of, boggled my mind a bit, because just maybe it's going to give them a lift and carry them through to the promised land of the semi-finals. You just never know. Celtic will finish third, and will get into the Europa League. I think Anderlecht will finish bottom. I also, even just saying that now, Celtic should be the better team in most people's eyes. But Anderlecht are the champions of Belgium, you can't forget that. Which is probably a much harder league to win than the Scottish League. I've got to be honest, I'm sorry about the dogs barking, but I got to be honest, I don't know a lot about the Belgian League, and my knowledge of Scottish football is iffy. So it'll be between those two for third, and obviously Bayern and PSG will be battling out for the top spot in Group B. Group C, which is the group that I've been looking forward to the most: Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Roma, and Karabakh. Unfortunately, I'll be visiting none of them because it is sixth year, which is basically like, I think, A levels in England, or whatever your top exam is before you go to college in wherever you're from. Chelsea, I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, we will lose in Rome. We will draw away to Atletico Madrid, beat Karabakh away and home, and then beat Roma and Atletico Madrid at home. So I think we will go through top of the group, along with Atleti, and Roma will finish third. I would love to be honest, if Karabakh finished ahead of us and we finish second, I'm pretty delighted. I'm a man that loves an underdog story. And for Karabakh even to get a point, to get 3 points in this, would be pretty amazing. So that's what I've got to go for in this group. Karabakh, 5-time champions of Azerbaijan. I bloody believe in you. Group D is pretty awesome as well. A repeat of last year's semi-final, quarter-final even. Juve, Barca, Olympiacos, and Sporting Club de Portugal. For those of you who don't know, that's Sporting Lisbon. Juve, Barca, most people will predict them to finish on top, and I do as well. Sporting Lisbon and Olympiacos, that'll be a fun one to see, and that's probably I'm the only person who thinks that in Ireland and the UK, outside of Greece and Portugal, who thinks that'll be a great clash, because you just don't know who's going to finish out on top. Portuguese will probably be more technical, and people will be going for Sporting Lisbon. But Olympiacos, you never know. They've got some decent results over the past couple of years. So they beat Man United at home in Greece and Athens. But then they fell at the second hurdle at Old Trafford through a Robin Van Persie hat-trick. So that'll be an interesting group to look out for as well. Next up, we're going to be talking about E, F, G, and H. So I said E, F, G, and H now. Probably the easiest group for an English side: Spartak Moscow, Sevilla, Liverpool, and Maribor. And now I've said that, I just remembered that Chelsea drew 1-0 with Maribor when we played them away. Spartak Moscow will be a tough opposition, because Spartak Moscow's head coach, they won the league with last year, was one of Conte's disciples, as in he learned the coaching trade off Conte to have to be a manager. So it could be interesting to see how they play. And Liverpool conquers in the Europa League final in 2015 Sevilla. In this group, I'm going to go for, I'm not going to lie or anything like that, I'm going to go for Liverpool, Sevilla, Liverpool, Spartak, and Maribor. Spartak, is an interesting one. They're my dark horses in this competition. Not to go on and win it, but maybe to progress to the group stages and last 16. That's as far as I think they'll make it. But I have them down as my dark horses, and it should be an exciting group to watch. I'm excited for all these groups because of the new format, the way the champions are on top. Then pot 2 is packed with unbelievable teams like you had PSG, Barca, United, you had City in there as well. It's a really class group, and you had Dortmund as well. Group F, which is the toughest group for the English sides, includes Shakhtar Donetsk, Manchester City, Napoli, and Feyenoord. I can remember correctly, the last time City played in the Champions League against Napoli away, they lost. Last English team to play away to Shakhtar Donetsk was Chelsea. They lost, and Feyenoord is going to be a tough opposition altogether. Their stadium on home nights is electric. You can hear it. I've never been, but you can hear it through the TV how loud it gets. And I remember when they played Manchester United in the Europa League last year, they had bloody "You'll Never Walk Alone" on just before the game. I don't even think they used it as their anthem. They just did it to piss them off, which I thought was absolutely fucking fantastic. So in this group, I think City will finish second, and Napoli will finish top, because I think City will lose both games against Napoli. Will probably see it's so tough. Oh, those 3 away games for Manchester City are so tough, and I have no idea. In my personal opinion, obviously I think City will be too strong and will get the second spot. Napoli will be first, but it's between Shakhtar and Feyenoord. Because Feyenoord is first, I like it back in the Champions League. I'm just going to give the third spot to them. I'm going to roll on to Group G. Group G consists of the champions of France, champions of Portugal, champions of Turkey, and everyone's most hated team, RB Leipzig, Red Bull Leipzig, Raspberry Bull Leipzig, whatever you want to call them. I don't really give a shit about them. But obviously, because it's a preview, I have to talk about them. This game is... People say our game is a group of death because it involves an English team. Oh! But I think this game is a group of death. I have honestly no clue who's going to go through in here. Absolutely. I don't have a flying fuck. Honest to God. My little brother's in there giving me the middle finger. Hi, Connell. But honestly, I have no clue who's going to go through here whatsoever. I haven't got the foggiest clue. This is one of the groups that I can look forward to. And because it's not in the A, B, C, D round, it's in the E, F, G, H round. I've watched every single one of these games, except on the night when Real Madrid are playing Borussia Dortmund, which we'll be on to right now. Group H, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Spuds, and Apoel Nicosia. Real Madrid, Dortmund, Spurs, and Apoel. It'll be really exciting to see what happens here. I'm going to be really cheeky and say Spurs finish bottom, because Apoel Nicosia is away, so the type of game they'll lose. They'll beat Apoel at home. Then at the Bernabeu, Jesus Christ, I can't wait to see that. Just wouldn't get annihilated. At Dortmund, I just don't know, because Dortmund were so up and down last season. They have scored 5 goals while conceding this season, beating Wolfsburg 3-0 and Hertha Berlin 2-0. That's just the league form. Spurs this season have played 4, I think, at this stage. No, 3. 2-0 win against Newcastle. A 2-1 defeat to yours truly. And just today they drew 1-0 with Burnley with a late Chris Wood equaliser. So that Wembley curse looks like it's going to continue. And I think it could continue in this Champions League group. So I'm definitely going for Real Madrid and Dortmund to finish with the top 2. And it'll be a tough battle between Spurs and Apoel for that Europa League spot. That is it. Done. Finished. Wrapped up for today. The first Sunday soccer since the heart attack. Really enjoyed it. We talked about Arsenal, how shit they are. Liverpool, how good they were today. We talked about Aguero helping the fan. Sire, Danish Super League, and the Champions League. Can't wait till next Sunday. This has been Sunday Soccer. I will see you guys next week. Remember, comment down below. Leave your opinions in the comments, because let's share our opinions in this show. That's more of an interactive show than I wanted it the first time round. I want this to be discussion in the comments, talking about all the topics that we've discussed. If I missed anything, comment down below and we can talk about that as well. Guys, it has been Sunday Soccer. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.